Y'all, I just recently found out about this secret program that the TSA has. Well, it's probably not so much a secret as it's just not very well known. It's called TSA Cares, and it's created to help people who have special needs or concerns getting through security at the airport. Now, I'm going to tell you all about how this program works in just a minute, but first, I thought I'd tell you why it's such an important thing to me. Let's go. Hey y'all, and welcome. If you're new here, I'm Christi, the Gen X Gypsy, helping you to travel better so you can focus on creating unforgettable memories. Today is November 4th and it's almost 80 degrees out here, so I thought I would switch it up and not film in my office and come out here to one of my favorite places in town, which is out here on the Tideland Trail. This trail also used to be one of my stepfather's favorite trails, and he's the whole reason that I wish TSA Cares program had been in existence a long time ago. My stepdad was a really adventurous fellow. When he was younger, he went and worked on a dude ranch. He joined the Marines so that he could travel around the world. He was also one of the best storytellers that I have ever met to this day. He could have you rolling with laughter after just one short little story, so much better than I can. Unfortunately, after he got out of the Marines, he took a job where he ended up working up in one of those high buckets that works around the wires, and the bucket hit an electrical wire and he got severely electrocuted and ended up having to have his right arm amputated. Now, let me tell you that having an amputated arm and a prosthesis did not stop my stepdad from continuing his adventurous life. He went on to get his pilot's license and he owned a couple of small airplanes. He went out on boat trips. He sailed around the Keys. And he did all of these things after he ended up with his prosthesis. It's a very hard word to say. Later in life, after 9/11 happened and our security at the airports completely changed, it became really challenging for him to fly anywhere. Every time that he would go through security, he would be given the third degree. He would have to take off his prosthesis, which at that point meant he needed to almost completely undress to get the prosthesis off. They would do a thorough search of the prosthesis, and it was just a huge hassle. Ended up taking him and my mom at least an hour or more to get through security every time they wanted to fly somewhere. And at that time, I was living 3,000 miles away from them, so it meant that they didn't come and visit as often because it was such a hassle for him to go through security. Now, luckily, about 12 years ago, the TSA recognized that there were some limitations for people who have special needs or some disabilities, whether they were hidden disabilities or visible disabilities, getting through security, and they created TSA Cares in 2012. I know, 10 years ago, I guess almost 11 years ago, that this program has been created, and I know almost no one who actually knows about this program. In fact, in 2021, they only had 18,000 people apply to use the TSA Cares program. That's insane. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware of the TSA Cares program in case you are maybe one of your traveling companions that you travel with needs a little extra assistance to get through security to make their travel a lot less stressful. Now, basically what TSA Cares is what TSA Cares is a helpline that you can call, or you can send in an email request requesting assistance when you get to the airport going through the security line. Now, what it is not is anything helping with the actual airline itself. So they do not provide wheelchairs to get you to your gate. They don't provide assistance once you're on the plane. It is just purely for getting through that very stressful security section at the airport. Now, some of the reasons that you might want to use TSA Cares, and these are not always so obvious to people are if you have severe anxiety, or some of the reasons that they have listed if you are wearing cultural clothing, or perhaps carrying cultural items that you need to get through but you don't want to send them through the actual x-ray machines, or perhaps you are wearing a religious garment and you need to get through security. These are all reasons that you can use TSA Cares in addition to the things that you might normally think of that you would use it for, like being in a wheelchair, or if you're diabetic and you have extra medical equipment that you need to carry with you, or perhaps you have someone you're traveling with that has cognitive disabilities. Any of those reasons are reasons that you can apply to TSA Cares and get that extra assistance and feel a little more comfortable going through security. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's been some fish jumping back behind me, so maybe you're getting a little extra fish entertainment from this video today. TSA Cares is super easy to use, which is why it's such a disappointment that it's not used very often. If you are traveling more than 72 hours away, or if your flight is more than 72 hours out, they have a form that you can fill out online. And of course, I will have the link below in the description. You can fill out that form and then somebody will get in touch with you and they'll have it arranged for somebody to be at the security line when you get there for your trip. The same goes if you have less than 72 hours before you are traveling. You can call the helpline directly and they will help you get the assistance too. Now, if you arrive at the airport and you haven't arranged assistance ahead of time, you can still ask the TSA, like the person who's at the end of the line, ask that officer and they may be able to assist you that day. At the Raleigh-Durham Airport specifically, they also have a program called the Sunflower Program, and I believe that this is available at a lot of other airports, although I don't have the exact list. I will try to find something and put it in the links below. The Sunflower system is if you are wearing a sunflower on your person, it notifies the TSA agents that you might have a hidden disability. You might have some issue that's not obvious when somebody is looking at you physically that could make it a little bit more challenging for you to go through security. Like perhaps you have severe anxiety and you get confused when you're being given directions when there's so many people around, or perhaps you are traveling with somebody with, like I said, a cognitive disability that is not very evident. And there's just no way for somebody to tell by looking at them if they're going to have challenges going through that line. So wearing the sunflower is something that you can do also in order to help the TSA agents and other people in the airport recognize that they might need to take a little more time helping the person get through the security line, or even helping them at the gate or checking in for their flight. Unfortunately for us and for my stepdad, 2012 was a little too late for him to be able to take advantage of the TSA Cares program because he had already been diagnosed with early onset Alzheimer's. So his adventures got limited to trails like the one I'm on today, which is gorgeous, but not a lot of jet setting off to destinations. I'm hoping by sharing this information with you that if you or one of your traveling companions has special needs or issues that have been limiting their travel ability because it is so stressful to go through the TSA security, I'm hoping that learning about this program might inspire you or motivate you guys to get out and see the world and check those things off of your bucket list. Now, if you're looking for more ways to get through security with less stress, check out this video next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed being in the outdoors today with me. I can't believe it's November. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.